What's the strategy of fighting the Yetzer Harah? There's 4 Parashiot when it comes to Elul. The 4 Parashiot are Parashat Re'eh, Parashat Shoftim, Parashat Yetzer, Parashat Kitavo. Always, Elul has these 4 Parashiot. Why these? Re'eh means see what your options are. When you're going to fight the Yetzer Harah, you're coming ready for Elul, Re'eh. First of all, see what are your options. See how life could be better if you were able to overcome your Yetzer, if you were free from your Yetzer Harah. When a person is under the influence of his Yetzer Harah, whatever influence it may be that he's suffering from, and his Yetzer Harah is taking over his life, whether it's anger, whether it's watching his eyes, whether it's a woman with her modesty, whatever it is that a person is suffering from, it's always that the person is not free. When he gets out of this Yetzer Harah, he will be free to do the service of God. We know that the Torah, Hashem calls it the Charut al Luchot. The word is Charut, freedom. Torah is going to make a person free. There's no way to be free from Yetzer Harah, to fight it, except if you are learning the Torah, to learn its ways. So Re'eh, first we'll see, what are the options I can do? What does the Torah tell me? What does the Musar tell me? The Musar is my flashlight to look at my midot and see what I can improve in. What are those things telling me that I could do differently and have a better life? And that's the first step, is Re'eh. Look at what's beracha. Look at what's kala. Look at also what my 5-year goal is. Look at also how great my olam haba could be. All of our, the sin, of the difference in a tzaddik and a rasha, is all dependent on what a person imagines. The tzaddik, what does he imagine? He imagines, Shiviti Hashem l'nedi tamid. Hashem, I always put in front of me that wherever I am, Hashem is right here. He imagines whatever he's doing. He imagines Olam Haba. He imagines Gan Eden. He imagines Gehinam. He imagines that when he comes home, his wife is a Shechina. His wife is the source of the blessing. The Rasha imagines that the pleasures of this world are much greater than life. They're much bigger than they actually are. The steak is so much tastier. This party is so much more fun. The alcohol, the wasting the time, the smartphone, the apps, it's just too beautiful. So the whole amount of Olam Hazeh is imagined by the Rasha in a much greater way. So the difference between the Tzaddik and the Rasha is the Tzaddik imagines one way and the Rasha imagines something else. Re'eh means look and imagine the right imagination of what is bracha, what is klala, what is blessing, what is curse. That's the first step of Rosh Hashanah. When a person wants to understand, when I'm coming towards this next month, some people look at it as stress. The days of Elul are the greatest blessings of life, and I'll tell you why. Because when we think about, I don't have the energy now to do my best in Elul because I'm wiped out. I'm going through a lot. The way that Rabbi explained it is that all the world that you had of this past year, whatever blessings and curses you went through this last year, that was all because of what happened in Elul and Rosh Hashanah of last year. So being that you know what you're up for, being that you know that what you're going to be ready by the time of the blowing of the shofar for that judgment is going to make all the difference to know, hey, it's these days, give it all you got, tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah, you're going to change the gezerah, you'll have a much better year if you just focus on what you have to do. The rabbis are telling us what you could do to change your year for the next coming year. The 13 attributes of mercy, the selichot, these things are what can give you the best year going forward. And it all was decided last year, Rosh Hashanah. So just like in one instant, the whole year was decided last year, in one instant, coming up in 40 days, the whole next year is going to be decided. Re'eh, see what's in front of you. That's a big part of Teshuvah. The next word of Teshuvah is Shoftim. Recognize what is it that I can do and what I can't do. Find what are the things that are distracting me from my growth. Who are the people who are stopping me from growing? What are the things, the places that I grow the best? So Shoftim, see what your output is from. What is your input? What are the things that you're able to produce? And what are the things that are influencing you? And you'll be able to change yourself, because to get to your goals, much more important about doing new things that will help you get there is to finding the things that you're doing that are stopping you, things that are hurting your productivity, and to take those things away. And then Yetzer. Yetzer is the idea about war against the Yetzer Harah. And the way of the war is to do the smallest possible things. We learned from the Ben Tzur and Moreh that just small, little things of behavior, of indulgence, they grow. The person lets it take over his whole life until he becomes a person that you have to stone this person, rather kill him when he's young. And the same way is about growth for teshuvah. Is one little change in direction doesn't just change a little change. It's going to make a whole trajectory of direction change. And that's the lesson of Ki Tetzeh. So we have to find that small little thing of change. Like we find by the shofar. The shofar, when my daughter was in fourth grade, the teacher asked the girls, look at the shofar, what do you see from it? And my daughter said, Mora, I think what we see from it is that on one side it's very small, the other side is very wide. And didn't we learn about tshuva that Pitchu li petach kichudah shel machat? Hashem says, do the smallest change, and I'll open for you a tremendous entrance that wagons can come through that. So all we need to do is find something small to change, something small to fix, and that little small change, Hashem will help us take it to the next step. And the last thing is Ki Tavo. Ki Tavo is Techle Shana v'Kilotel. Let last year's things, what happened in the past, is not the new you. You have a change, you have a possibility to change, you have a life ahead of you, and you can make the most of it when you let things of the past move on and say, Hashem, you give the katz to tshuva. I believe in tshuva. I believe that you have under your kisei kavod a place to accept me, even though nobody could accept my change, but you can. You could find it under your throne to find a place for my teshuvah.